Hey everyone, welcome to the Midian Guard for our fourth video on Flesh and Blood. Today we are doing Rhinar, the Brute. Okay, so we're going to look at all of Rhinar's cards. Once again, this isn't a discussion in regards to the meta and how to play it. It's more about what cards does Rhinar have and the whole feel to how Brute plays, okay? So, unlike yesterday's video, I'm not going to ramble too much. We're going to get straight into the cards and just talk about them. So, Rhinar, Reckless Rampage. He does have a young version, exactly the same, just 20 life as opposed to 40 life on his advanced side, and we're going to be just using the advanced side. When you discard a card with 6 or more attack during your action phase, Intimidate. Now, Intimidate is a skill where they have to remove one card out of their hand and put it in their banished area. They get it back at the beginning of their turn. Okay, so trying to defend against Rhino when he's using that ability becomes quite hard because you've got less cards to work with. Yeah. All right. Rhinar's weapon. I'll just put the rest of the cards down while I just do one card at a time. All right, we can see that if I can get the angle right. All right, that's a romping club. Once per turn, you spend 2 attack. Now, when you discard a card with 6 or more attack, Romping Club gains +1 until the end of turn. So, if you discard a card during your turn, it's got 6 or more attack. Not only are you intimidated and losing a card, this also gets +1. Normally, 4 attack becomes a 5. Okay, you can do that once per turn, or once per action. Once per turn action, that's right. Now, this is his legendary card. It's probably the most expensive card for Rhinar. Scab Skin Leathers. Now, I'll get in there, see if you can see that, the autofocus. Once per turn action, costs you nothing. Roll a 6-sided dice. Gain action points equal to half the number rolled, rounded down. It also has a skill of Battle Worn, where it can be used for defense and takes a neg 1 counter each time it's used. So it's a fantastic piece of equipment. Really opens up the whole aspect of having more than one action in a turn, which is what we talked about yesterday, the difference between actions and the go again. So not so much go again with Rhinar, more about getting more actions if you can. And that's what that deck, if you watch the second video, was built on, using potions and getting a few attacks in per round, really making use of Scab Skin Leathers. Didn't do too well though. All right, another piece of his equipment, Brute equipment, is this Bark Bone Strapping. Okay, destroy the strapping, roll a 6-sided dice, gain resource equal to half the number rolled round down. So all of a sudden we're seeing that it's very much almost goblin-y, yeah, orcish or goblin-y in regards to him, that you never really know what you're going to get, and it's quite reckless, and that's what he is. His name is Rhinar, Reckless Rampage. So you could do really well, you might do really bad. In the video that you saw me play, I was doing really bad, and when I did roll the number that I needed, I didn't have the cards in hand to use it. So it can be frustrating, or you could have an awesome game. All right, one of his majestic cards only comes in one color, red, Alpha Rampage. Now, it is a Rhinar specialization, so any other brutes that come into the game cannot use this, has to be Rhinar only. As an additional cost to play Alpha Rampage, discard a random card. So you would normally just discard a card in your hand, you'd shuffle them and discard a random one. If it's a 6, Rhinar's Intimidate comes into effect. Also, his Romping Club gets +1 if he wishes to attack with that Intimidate skill. I'll get the camera right eventually. And this card also has Intimidate. Such a fantastic card. It also attacks for 9. So not only are you throwing away 1 card for this, 2 cards for Rhino, you're only defending with 9 cards when he's coming over with the 9 attack. That is crazy amazing. Okay. Yeah, and you're discarding the card for Alpha Rampage. Next one is another majestic, Bloodrush Bellow. Only comes in one color as well. As an additional cost to play, Bloodrush, bellow, discard a random card. Exactly the same type of ability. Your brute attacks gain +2 this turn. So you're discarding one card for Rhino when you play this. If you discard a 6 or more, gets +2. If the discarded card is 6 or more, draw 2 cards and Bloodrush, bellow gains go again. What a fantastic card. Not only are you redrawing, you're getting a +1 on the draw after you've discarded that card. You're also gaining go again. You've got your +2. Yeah, it's a crazy action setting up for the next turn. Now it does cost 1, so you already have thrown a card out. So imagine this, you're starting off with 4 cards. You throw a card out, most likely if you're not using your bark bone strapping. So you're left with 3 cards. You play this, you're left with 2. You have to discard a card. You're left with 1 card in hand. But if it's a 6 or more, you get to draw back up and you've got 3 cards in hand. So yeah, you've got to do the math while playing those cards. You want to make sure that you're going into it, if you can, with a 4-card hand. All right, Reckless Swing. As an additional cost to play Reckless Swing, discard a random card. You see a pattern here, guys? If the discard is 6 or more, deal 2 damage to the attacking hero. So you don't even need to... This is a defense reaction, okay? So played in your opponent's turn, cost you 0. You're doing 2 damage to the attacking hero. This is a fantastic card when you're right down in life. It's like 2 life to 1 life, and you play this for game. Fantastic card. It actually, if you watched a video ages ago with me and Lee from Wraith Shop, he used this against me to win. Cheat. All right, Sand Sketched Plan. This is a super. It's, again, a Rhinar specialization, so only he can use it. Search your deck for a card, put it in your hand, discard a random card, then shuffle your deck. If the discarded card is 6 or more, gain 2 action points. What an amazing card. As long as you've got the energy to, resources to keep playing. Fantastic card. Doesn't really make it into a lot of the brute decks that I've seen. I don't know why. I'm going to be starting to play brute a little bit more, so no doubt I'll find out how relevant that is, but just on paper alone, it looks like a fantastic card. All right, Bonehead Barrier, one that you would have seen me play. Not very well, but it's been played amazingly against me, especially as Ninja doing the small numbered attacks. Bonehead Barrier is amazing. Roll a 6-sided dice, prevent the next X damage that would be dealt to your hero this turn, where X is the number rolled. So if you're lucky enough to roll a 5 or a 6, you're preventing that much damage, no matter how many attacks are coming through. They're soaked up by this first. So it's a really annoying card to come against. You can have 3 in the deck. It only comes in the 1 color. All right, which is yellow, which has a pitch for 2, which is also pretty good. Right, now we start getting into the cards with 3 different colors, where you start with your deck building and deciding which ones are more relevant. So Breakneck Battery, as an additional cost to play Breakneck Battery, discard a random card once again. If the discarded card is 6 or more, this gains go again. It costs you 2, it's doing 6 damage. So these attacks, like you've seen a 9 damage so far, the club is coming across for 4 or 5 by itself. This is a 6 damage on red, 5 on yellow, 4 on blue. That is very decent. You are paying 2 though to actually do this ability. Savage Feast. As an additional cost, discard a random card. If it was 6 or more, draw a card. So yeah, really good. Coming in at 6 damage, 5 and 4. Barraging Beatdown. All right, bit of text on this one, so let's go. Your next brute attack this turn gains. If this attack is defended by less than 2 non-equipment cards, it gains +3 on the attack. It also has Intimidate, so you're throwing away a card just from this being played, and it has Go Again. So it's an action with Go Again, discarding a card from you. And on the defense, if you try to defend with only 1 card, the attack coming at you, let's just say it was this one, goes from a 6 to a 9. And they have to be non-equipment cards, so you can't be throwing equipment up there. You need to be using 2 cards in order to defend against it, in order for it not to get the +3, and the blue version has +2. So if you looked at the red version, I don't know where I just put that here, barraging beatdown. Oh, I didn't actually put the red version in. Would have +4. That is crazy strong. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get the red one in there. I must have overlooked that for some reason. All this preparation. All right, let's keep going. Got a few cards to do. Savage Swing. As an additional cost to play this, discard a card. Sorry, I'll get that in camera. Now, it only costs 1 and it's doing 7 damage. It's got a 3 defense played in defense. This is an amazing card. For 1, you're getting 7, but you are discarding a card. But remember, if that discarded card and oh no, this is a random card, Rhino gets his Intimidate ability. All right. So it comes in red, yellow, blue for 7, 6, and 5 damage. All right. Pack Hunts, purely just Intimidate. Now it does cost 2. Intimidate, so you're discarding a card, and 5, 4, and I forgot to put the red one in here again. Don't know what's happening with that. All right, so it's going to be 6, 5, and 4 damage for the different colors on that one. All right, I've got the 3 colors for the next one. Smash Instinct, another brute action. Intimidate, straight off the bat, does cost 3. With Intimidate, doing 7 damage. Let's compare that to the ones previously, which was doing 7 damage. But you were discarding a card. So this one you're not discarding, you're just getting the straight Intimidate 7, but you're paying 3 for this. Going down 6 and 5. Wrecker Romp, here we go. Massive 8 damage, but you are discarding a random card to play this one. So 8, 7, and 6. So on a blue, so you're getting the pitch value of 3. Yeah, it's costing you 2, but you're getting a 6 attack with a 3 defense. It's a pretty good card. And being a oh, that's my promo card. That's it is a common card, but yeah, that's more the full art one. And second last card in the whole lot is Awakening Bellow. The next brute attack action you play this turn gains +3. It also has Intimidate and Go Again, costing 1. So if you're able to throw out a blue, you can play this first. The next brute attack's getting +3. You're losing a card out of hand. It's got Go Again, and they're probably coming out with something akin to a 5 or a 6 attack +3. Yeah, you can see where the damage really builds up. And it's just constant. If you can't get the cards out of their hand while they're defending on their attack turn, you're really going to be punished. Primeval Bellow, final one. As an additional cost, discard a random card. Your next brute attack this turn gains +5 and Go Again. Look at this, people. It is a 0 cost card. So even as a blue, like, you can put this down. It's got Go Again, +3. You really want to be starting out with 4 cards in hand, because you'd be playing that. Let's just say you're throwing out a random card from your hand. You need to pay for the next card and play your last card. So yeah, really, it's a card to set up with 4 cards in hand. Might not be viable for all games, but yeah, it's the way you play. So that really gives you an insight into Rhinar. As you can see, big hits, really conserving the cards and what they do. As Rhinar, you are going to take the hits. There's no doubt about it. You're going to defend. You're going to keep various cards, make use of your arsenal big time to really make sure you're setting up for that turn where you really hurt the opponent. And even if you don't hurt the opponent, you're getting the cards out of their hand to keep that momentum going, because that's where it starts with Rhinar. Once you get through and they're constantly defending, he's on a rampage and he just keeps going. All right, guys. So that's Rhinar, Reckless Rampage, video number 4. Doing our best to get a video out every day with the lead up to Crucible of War. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, sleeves used in this video were Dragon Shields. I like putting my leader in the Ultra Pro snap case. All these are available on the website. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you for the next one.